How's it going, everyone? James Lynch here for Odds Checker US, taking a look at Saturday's UFC 264 main event, which sees Dustin Poirier taking on Conor McGregor in a trilogy fight. This is going to be taking place in the lightweight division and is going to be taking place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and we're going to have fans on Saturday night, which should definitely add to the overall experience. Let's start first with Dustin Poirier, of course, defeating Conor McGregor in his last fight, getting a second-round finish in that one. That was back at UFC 257 in January, and Poirier riding a nice, winning streak. He's actually won 6 of his last 7 fights, which is the one loss coming against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Physically, Dustin Poirier pretty similar to Conor McGregor. He's 32 years old, 5'9" with a 73-inch reach. Conor McGregor is 32 years old, 5'9" with a 74-inch reach. There's just a slight reach advantage there for Conor McGregor. They're both the same age, and it's going to be a very exciting fight on Saturday. We talked about it there. Poirier with some really good wins in the weight class. He defeated former champ Anthony Pettis, Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, Max Holloway. That was a really good win he had back in 2019, and of course Dan Hooker and McGregor in his last fight. Now McGregor, he's looking to avoid back-to-back losses for the first time in his UFC career, actually in his MMA career in general. He's never lost 2 straight. McGregor, of course, coming off that knockout loss to Poirier, like I mentioned, back in January. Prior to that, he had a first-round finish over Donald Cowboy Cerrone in the welterweight division. That was back in January of 2020 at UFC 246. Prior to that, lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov back at UFC 229, where he was finished in the 4th round in that fight. So it's going to be very interesting. I think the big question in this fight is, can Conor McGregor make enough adjustments to defeat Poirier in the trilogy fight? Poirier, like I mentioned, a lot more active, but then he's also taken some damage. So we'll see, can Conor McGregor knock out Dustin Poirier? I think that's a big question. I think that's how this fight's going to pretty much play out. Either Conor's going to finish him, or I see Poirier getting a late finish or potentially a decision in this one. It's going to be really tough to say here because Poirier's only been knocked out one time since moving up to lightweight. That was against Michael Johnson, and I'm pretty sure if these two fought again, Poirier would absolutely win that fight. So it's a little bit interesting to see what happens. And I mentioned the names there that Poirier has beat. I mean, all those guys have knockout power. Dan Hooker, Holloway, Alvarez, Gaethje. I mean, those are all guys that hit very hard. So, Poirier obviously has a pretty good chin in the lightweight division. I know that was something that was sort of talked about in the past of how Poirier doesn't have a good chin, but since going up to 155, he's not shown any signs of having a bad chin because, like I said, he's only been knocked out the one time. So where am I going in this one? Right now, a lot of the books are kind of having Poirier favored right now, just a slight favorite, and that's kind of where I'm leaning as well. I think with Poirier's activity, with the fact I think he's at a better camp, with the fact I think he has a better game plan, I think Poirier is going to weather the early storm from Conor just like the last fight and potentially either win a decision or a late finish. I don't think it'll be a repeat of the last fight, and I see a lot of people saying same thing as last fight. It's going to be a second-round finish for Poirier. It's pretty tough to finish Conor McGregor, and you got to think with what's on the line here for McGregor, a title shot, so many other things, that McGregor's not going to make that same mistake he made last time where he got caught in the second round and ended up getting finished here. So I like Poirier with the pick. You can also take a look at the over. I know that that's one that people are looking at as well. I think the over 1.5 is plus money, or even the over 2.5 is also plus money. So maybe look at that if you're not thinking of a finish. Again, Poirier, very tough to finish. In fact, you got to go all the way back to, I was just looking at it here. Yeah, the Michael Johnson fight. That's the last time he's been finished. And then before that was McGregor back in 2014. So I think Poirier has shown over his career. He's pretty durable in the octagon. So we'll see if that plays out on Saturday night. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who are you leaning towards? Do you like McGregor? Do you think McGregor avoids that second straight loss and gets another stoppage winner? Do you think Poirier continues what he did last time and beats McGregor again? Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to the Odds Checker US YouTube channel, where you will find my breakdowns every single week along with my fighter interviews. I'm James Lynch. I'll see you next time, and thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the fights this weekend. It's going to be a great card.